chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in Week 2. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. On first down, it's Boyd. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Boyd, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Fields. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's been a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Showing it. Shift. Watch the shift. No. Off. Shift. Slam.
They'll run on first down. Joyner. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 2-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Let's go. We got this. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Watch that. Hunt, 6 foot. Wait. That's it. Hey, check mine. Watch it, divide. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53. Big stop, D. Big stop.
Operating from the gun. Davis. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. A good pickup there. 26 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Whip. Watch the whip. 36. Watch twist. Watch the twist.
On first down, Joyner. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Mike, right there in the middle, 55. Yo.
From the 40 now on second down. Davis under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack.
We ain't giving up nothing today. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, watch the screen.
To throw on third down. Davis over the middle, complete. That's Jordan. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Yeah,
moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play to just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys, win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And a quick throw here, that's complete. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 3rd down, Fields. Forced out to his left. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
On 1st down, Fields. That's into the hands of Edwards. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey. 4 down.
2nd and 2. And he's got his man on the out route. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 43.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. Back to throw. Fields. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Saints will have the football back. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. A little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game. That they've got to match them point for point as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why he decided to go for it there.
They'll run on 1st down. Joyner. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Davis operating from the gun. Being chased out left. He'll run it, and he goes out right around the 39. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
51. Let's pick it up. It's out time, guys. Out time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Hey, defense. Hey, run it.
Here's Davis from the gun on third down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Lawrence. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
A gain on the play. That's good for the Saints.
Let's go. Let's go. Interception, baby. Let's go.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Right here, right here. Hey! 55. Check 55. Mike. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Any weapon. Check right, check right. Watch it.
Davis now throwing on first down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Let's go. Six guys. Check 6 guys.
On second down now. Joyner trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 10.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Davis from the gun, he'll throw. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a first down on 3rd and long. And somehow he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
Yeah, if you look at the coverage defensively, oh, this is great, but no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
At some point, you actually have to tackle him and get him on the ground short of the first down marker.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. Off play action. Davis. And the pressure gets to him again.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Check 26.
Looking to throw on second down. Fields. Looking left sideline. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 28. Looking to throw. Fields. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
That's what I'm talking about. Sacks all day, baby.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. The disaster there, I mean, you saw it coming. The pressure gets knocked down, the interception.
Sometimes the best throw you make is the one you
don't make.
Exactly. Take care of the football. He'll also learn how to shrug his shoulders, take the proper slide steps to alleviate some of the pressure. But occasionally, like the one we just saw, sometimes just hold on to the football and take the hit.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Boyd. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
57 to Mike. 57.
On fourth down, Fields. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Fields looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 16. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Boyd, and he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers get a score closer. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. On 1st down, Joyner gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll keep it on the ground. Joyner. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. 76 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields nowhere to escape, and he goes down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Fields under pressure again, and down he goes again.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Back to throw. Fields. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. I got you. Mike 55, Mike 55. Watch the run. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Watch this.
On 1st and 10, Davis to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Check 55. Check 55 to Mike. Too little, Captain. Mike 55. Right.
Davis on 3rd and 2. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. 2nd and long. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Switch.
Here's Davis on 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Drop deep.
Davis now. Going to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Point after, right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Throwing on first down. Fields. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. On first down, Fields. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Check right. Go, Mike, 51.
Now Davis. Off play action. This one into the hands of Burton. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. 10 yards, good for his Saints first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Hey, Mike 51. Hey, watch the slant. 51's a Mike. 51.
Operating from the gun, Davis. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's into the clear. He's at the 40, past the 20, and into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And the lead is down to 20. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score and
pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. He'll find Lindsey here.
Complete to number 88. That's a gain of 10. Makes it 3rd.
The Saints on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd down and 12.
Slant, go. Slant, watch the slant. Motion. 22, jet, cover. 22, jet, cover.
From the gun, Davis. Throw left side complete. It's Lindsey. That one good for 24 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
51, Mike 51. You ain't going nowhere.
Davis on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lindsey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Davis now. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious? And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 35. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
57, Mike 57.
2nd and 5. And he will find his man on the outside. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st and 10, Fields. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is down to 20. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided.
53, check 53. 6-man.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Stay with your man. Let's go. Off. Mike, number 53.
Here's Davis to throw again. He sets to fight, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 41. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. On 4th down, Fields. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Davis, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I'm coming. Any weapon. Switch.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
53, check 53. Check. Please. Tighten up. Hey.
Davis now operating from the gun. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here comes the Saints punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here. It'll do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
21.
From Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.